Third and final fucking time I'm doing this. You know what's crazy? Every single time that I actually did this, it was this track. I'm not even joking. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. I don't know if I should cut that up because I sound like a cheesy 2010s YouTuber when I said that. But this is going to be another kit breakdown. The second or third kit breakdown that I've actually done on this channel. Why am I actually spinning a wheel? Well, that's because I actually did make an EP, and this is an entire EP that was created with the Sekizo 2K25 kit, and obviously by the name of the drum kit, Sekizo, who is a really talented producer. You guys should definitely go check out and support him. The tracks that were actually in this wheel when you actually clicked on this video are names of all the tracks that are in this EP or short EP that I actually did completely out of his entire drum kit that he sent me. And in this video specifically, we are going to be doing a review on my FLP for the track Ghost Town, but we are going to go over all the sounds, the samples, and everything in between that I actually used from not just the drum kit, but also I guess you could say my thought process to the different sounds that I actually used from this actual drum kit. But if you actually want to go hear the tracks or the other tracks like Double Cup,
a sip and a double cup. I'm getting high as fuck. I'm getting high.
And On the Floor. But you can also check the tracks out not just on SoundCloud but also on YouTube and possibly on Spotify as well at the time of recording this video. And if you also are interested in purchasing this actual drum kit with all the sounds that I actually use for this, there's going to be a direct link on SoundCloud that you can actually connect to on PayHip and actually buy this or add this to your cart yourself, so you can also get these sounds as well and possibly make something similar to what I'm going to show you guys in this video. So with that being said, let's get started, and I'm going to load up Ghost Town. Now obviously it seems like a lot right now, and how I'm actually going to break it down as quickly as possible. The only exception to the actual kit or using something from another kit would have to be the recently released Eric D kit and one specific loop that I'm going to talk about why I added it in the future from Splice. But besides that, everything else is highlighted that says Sekizo, with the exception of the vocals that I used, but everything else is completely from the Sekizo drum kit. So starting off, this is the actual sample that I use, which is the 2K25 10 Sekizo X Young Demon sample, and he does a great job with highlighting and making sure that everything is on time as well, which I rarely see in a lot of drum kits. So to start off, this is the actual sample that I use from the kit. And throughout the track, with those little bells that you heard at the end of it, I change every once in a while so it doesn't have the same occurring 8-bar loop, which you can actually see. I basically sliced it up and the waveforms look a lot different throughout the entire track. Next thing would have to be the other portion that I actually added halfway through the actual song or the actual track, which would be this actual splice loop that I actually thought was pretty awesome, especially when it changes in transitions from this first gross beat. And this is basically why I said there's only one or two exceptions in this track, but besides that, everything was from the Sekizo kit. I decreased the actual volume to -22 decibels. Now let's go over the actual drums. For the hat, I used the Last Place hat. I used this sizzler. Not sure where I actually got this from. I think this is in the Percs or the effects. This perk. This recoil ride. This beaster kick. And this chillin' button C808. You gotta do the box envelope. And another good thing is that he did put everything in key. So I'm highlighting D sharp minor, G minor, and in this key. Even if you didn't know how to do it, all you gotta do is right click, edit in audio editor, click the regions, detect pitch region, and you'll find the actual key of your sample, or your 808 for this example. But it's already in key. The root note is in C5, so we're fine. And altogether, it'll sound something like this. And if for anybody, I just gonna show you my hi-hat pattern, scissor pattern, kielbasa pattern, recoil ride, kick pattern, and my 808 pattern. And this is just for like the slides to give it a little bit of variation versus having the same E note hit for 8 whole ass bars, because that would get very boring and very repetitive. Next, we're actually going to look at the actual loops that I actually have in the background. So I have this beginning Phonk loop. This Phonk loop, and this Phonk loop, and all together they sound something like this. Something pretty simple I also did was cut variations to give it a little more spice throughout the entire track. So obviously this loop doesn't play the same as this loop, and this loop can also get cut to give it a little more variation as well. Next would have to be the effects and everything else in between. Just my tag, and then the police crash that I feel like a billion fucking producers have in this community, if I'm being honest. And you'll hear that throughout the entire track. I have this echo sound effect, and I cut it to have one piece of this actual effect play. So example, one will play versus all 3 or 4 of the actual echoes playing. This reverb sound effect. This tag that will be in every single one of the tracks in this actual EP. The fact that you actually put raw on this, or this actual sound effect, is actually diabolical. You need to be studied, my guy. This owl effect, I think this is a police chase or a police siren or sound effect that I actually did put in here, which I thought was good for some ambience. This kick crash, it sort of sounds like a drill crash as well. I think this is a reverse crash, or it was a crash and then I actually reversed it basically. And how I actually did that would just put a little bit of delay and reverb on it. This actual vox or vocal at the beginning or the actual second drop of the track. This all but 6 crash. This into the realm quote.
You have crossed into the realm of the dead.
I said earlier I did grab a couple things from Eric D's kit, so this is one of the drum fills that I grabbed from his kit. Super classic. And then this actual sound effect that I couldn't find anywhere except for his kit. I've heard this in a lot of Vamps tracks, but I decided to grab that. And these are both samples that I didn't want to use because they didn't fit the vibe of this as well. And this actual STI reverse crash. Well, it's a normal crash, but I just reversed it with no reverb. And this I think is a track from Young Dolph specifically. I gotta get it correct before I actually go a little further in this actual video. Yeah, so this is a acapella or vocal that I actually use for this track, which is just Large Amounts by Young Dolph. It definitely fit in my ears personally. I don't even know how to describe it, but basically how any producer says, it just fits the aesthetic, or it fits the style that you're kind of going for. That's the best way I can actually explain it without rambling further and making this video longer than it actually is. And finally would have to be this actual vocal that I actually chopped from Splice. Like I said earlier, grab something for Eric D. This I grabbed from Splice, but everything else from the Sekizo kit. And just like that, all the actual sounds that are from not just this kit, but are also highlighted and featured in this actual track. 2 things that I do want to say. One thing that I would say is a great thing that he actually did would have to be highlighting and making sure that everything is in its own region. And whenever you drag and drop something, it is actually, what's the word? I'm literally fucking blanking right now. Oh, basically, so anything that is loaded in this region, so you can see these highlights it's basically on grid. That's what I meant to say earlier. So a great thing for this kit would have to be everything is on grid, and there is a large, and I mean large, amount of stuff that you can actually use in this actual kit. And I'm not even going through like half of it, but there's a lot of stuff and everything is very organized, and I really enjoy going through this entire kit. There's a lot of stuff that I did not use in this actual kit. One thing that I do want to say that I feel like can have a little bit of improvement in this kit would have to be presets. I love presets, and a lot of people clown on the Jason Rich preset, but I feel like if you're just getting started and you want to improve your beats, mixer presets are probably the best way that you can help study your ears and get a lot better, a lot faster. I don't want to say it's a cheat code, but it does help you get a lot better, a lot faster when it comes to your overall mix downs, and it helps you improve your master. If I wanted to start over, the only thing I would say, use soft clipper. If you're really good with using Fruity Limiter, use Fruity Limiter, but if I were to start over, the only thing I really used would have to be soft clipper, and obviously these two are different automation clips throughout the entire track. This Edison is just the 808 that I talked about earlier, and frequency splitter, I really just use the default settings for this, but besides that, that's my master chain. And obviously the biggest thing I want to harp a lot of people on would have to be learning how to actually mix and sidechain everything. I don't want to go into this, but all I have to say is if you make a track, good mixing can make a great song. It's all based on personal preference, but I feel like this kind of goes with every single genre. Good mixing can formulate into a great song, and bad mixing can formulate into a not so good song. But it's all based on personal preference, whether you like that style or you don't like that style. I just know personally for me, bad mixing is something that heavily go into favor of, am I going to listen to this track in the future? In total, I have about 10 different patterns, and this will be the final highlight, and then I'm going to play the entire track in its entirety. Different variations, similar to how I actually broke down everything earlier. When it came to the funk loops or the actual drum loops in the background, keeps the listener from turning away from the actual track. So obviously you can see in the different variations, I have different hi-hats, different 808s. So this 808 sounds a lot different than this 808, along with the hats and everything that you can see changing as I'm actually going further and further into this actual track, or the actual patterns that are actually in this track. And like I said earlier, and I'm gonna say this again, not having something be repetitive, unless you enjoy that type of style or that type of aesthetic for your actual tracks, it'll keep the listener coming back and listening to this track multiple times. But I feel like this video dragged along. I hope you actually learned something from this actual track. If you want to go purchase Sekizo's actual kit, the link to his actual kit and his payhip will be in the description box below, along with both the tracks that I actually used or the tracks that I actually created with the entire 2025 Sekizo kit. Those tracks will be in the description box below, along with the entire EP being available on YouTube and SoundCloud and possibly on Spotify. But I hope you guys actually enjoyed this actual breakdown. And with that being said, I'm going to play this actual track and we're going to call it a video.
5,000 just on the coat and shit. Hey, blind to the bullshit, call me Ray. Ray Charles. My location is the bank, that's where I stay.